Aquarius is the sign everyone thinks they understand, but rarely truly does. People call you detached, mysterious, even cold at times. They see your independence, your way of drifting in and out of groups, your refusal to play by anyone else's rules. They notice how you always seem to be standing slightly apart, never fully in, never fully out, and they assume you don't care. But the truth is, Aquarius, you care more deeply than most people will ever know. You carry the weight of humanity in your heart, even when you act like you're free from it. You're the water bearer pouring life and wisdom into a world that often doesn't notice, or worse, doesn't appreciate. You move differently because your soul is tuned to a frequency that few can hear. And that's both your gift and your burden. One of your deepest struggles is the feeling of being misunderstood. You can sit in a crowded room surrounded by people who laugh and talk with you and still feel like an outsider. It's not that you don't want connection, you do, but you want it to be real. Shallow conversations, small talk, meaningless noise, these drain you. You crave depth, truth ideas that challenge the mind, and conversations that stir the soul. When those things are missing, you drift away not because you don't care, but because your spirit cannot survive in shallow waters. Another wound you carry is inconsistency in trust. You let very few people into your inner world, and when you finally do, you expect loyalty without question. When someone betrays you or fails to understand the depth of your trust, the pain runs sharper than you admit. It reinforces the story you tell yourself. Maybe no one can really know me. Maybe I am meant to walk this life alone. And yet, Aquarius, you're not here to walk alone. Your brilliance shines brightest when it reflects off others, when you share your vision and your strange, beautiful heart. You also battle with pressure, the pressure of potential. People look at you and say, "You're so different. You're going to change the world." And part of you believes it. Part of you feels destined for something bigger than ordinary life. But another part of you feels crushed under that expectation. What if you don't? What if you fail? What if the world never understands what you're trying to give? That fear sometimes keeps you from starting, from finishing, from staying in one place long enough to see your vision through. And then there's your relationship with emotion. Aquarius, you are so good at analyzing, at seeing from above, at thinking your way through problems. But when emotions surge, your own or someone else's, you struggle to stay grounded. It's easier to detach, to float away, to intellectualize. I don't need this, you tell yourself. But the truth is, you do. You need connection. You need intimacy. You need the messy, vulnerable, real kind of love that can't be explained away. The danger is that if you keep denying your need for it, you'll build a life full of ideas, but empty of heart. So why are you tested like this? Why does life keep giving you lessons of disconnection, of misunderstanding, of emotional distance. Because Aquarius, you were born under Uranus and Saturn planets of revolution and responsibility. You're here to break patterns, to rewrite systems, to create something new where the old has failed. You're not meant to blend in. You're meant to stand apart, not because you're better, but because you see differently. Your trials are not punishments, they're preparations. They're sharpening your vision so when the time comes, you can pour your water into the desert and watch it bloom. But your greatest power won't come from isolation. It will come when you learn to balance freedom with closeness, individuality with an intimacy. Aquarius, you don't lose yourself by letting people in, you expand. You don't weaken by showing emotion, you deepen. You don't fail by caring too much, you finally live. So, how do you protect your spirit and channel your gift? Start by honoring your need for solitude, but don't confuse it with exile. Create sacred space for yourself every day, even just 10 minutes, where you can breathe, write, dream. Let your mind wander into galaxies beyond this world. But after that, make it a practice to return. Call someone you love. Share one thought, one feeling, one piece of your day. Don't disappear into the ether, you belong here too. Second, practice grounding. When emotions threaten to overwhelm you, instead of detaching, try to anchor into your body. Place your hand on your chest and breathe until you feel your heartbeat steady. Remind yourself, I am safe to feel. I am safe to connect. The more you let yourself sit with your feelings instead of running from them, the more whole you will become. Third, embrace the mess of human connection. Not every conversation will be profound. Not every relationship will last. But each one teaches you something, and each one adds texture to your story. Let people in even if they don't fully understand you. Sometimes love doesn't need to understand, it only needs to hold. And finally, Aquarius, remember this. You are not just a visionary, you are a human being with a heart that deserves warmth. Don't let the world convince you that your value is only in your mind, in your ideas, in your innovations. Your value is also in your laugh, your tears, your quiet presence when someone needs a friend. One day you'll look back and see that all the moments you felt misunderstood were actually shaping your compassion. All the times you felt alone were preparing you to connect with those who feel the same. All the nights you floated above your own emotions were simply lessons teaching you how to finally land. And when you do land, when you finally let yourself be seen, you'll realize that your light is not cold, not distant, but warm, like water poured into dry soil. You were never meant to be untouchable. You were meant to heal, to inspire, to remind the world that freedom and love can coexist. So, Aquarius, if you're reading this, pause for a moment. Let the walls drop, take a breath, and whisper to yourself, I am Aquarius. My vision is clear. My heart is open. I belong here.